And here is a monument to a Red Army soldier. It's one of the symbols of the city of Stavropol, along with the statue of the guardian angel. And it's located right across from the pool. That's the pool, and the blue glass was on that side, as well as fire department number 8, fire hall number 8, and the Kazansky Sabor. So it's all pretty close, and it's obviously October, it's weekdays, so very, very few people around. But yeah, it's very nice to have this open space, and it's a pedestrian zone, and this beautiful, very impressive monument. There's a bit of a panorama from here. It's not a great panorama, but you can still see a bit of Stavropol from here. It's a city which is very hilly. There are lots of hills. It's a mountainous area. It's the North Caucasus area. Caucasus Mountains obviously are fairly tall. There are no mountains in the vicinity of Stavropol, but yeah, because it is generally a mountainous area, Stavropol has lots of hills, and it's easy to stay in shape here. You're always walking up and down, up and down. Also, there is city transit if you need to, and taxis and scooters and bicycles. But if you feel like taking a walk, you definitely are going to get a good exercise because of all the hills. And here, very close to the monument of the Red Army soldier, we have a bit of an installation which encourages young people to do the following. So the word here says молодость. Молодость means youth. So this monument, this installation is addressed to the youth. And there's 3 words at the bottom. So мечтай means dream, дерзай, дерзай, you can translate it as go for it. And твори, твори means create. So dream, go for it, create. A message to all the young people out there. Don't just sit and, I don't know, play computer games and do nothing, get fat. Do something with your life which is useful both to yourself and to the people around you, and you would be glad that you did. So that's a monument to the Red Army soldier. This is a monument to a very famous Russian warrior, military leader, Alexander Suvorov. And here is a fragment of the original fortress wall. Stavropol was founded in 1777, the fortress of Stavropol. So chances are pretty good that this particular wall is at least 200 years old. So many people walked by this wall since it was built, and the wall is still here. So yeah, because obviously this is on top of a hill, so it made perfect sense to build a wall here. So if somebody would try to attack the fortress, they would be at a disadvantage because they would be downhill. So yeah, people in 1777 knew where to build a fortress. That's for sure. Here we have a young musician going by, as well as, yeah, a young boy, just what we talked about earlier, that children just walk around the city. It's perfectly safe for them to do so. Now I'm heading to my hotel, in tourist hotel located on Karl Marx Street. This is Karl Marx Street. a very pretty exterior for, looks like a juice bar. And here are the prices. 1 Russian ruble, 1 euro is about 100 Russian rubles. So this banana shake is about 4.5 euros, being 450 rubles, etc. I find food prices, well, in Moscow they were fairly high, in Stavropol a bit less, but yeah, definitely not super low, but if you look around you can definitely find prices for each budget, that's for sure. So yeah, that's what I was talking about. Unfortunately, sometimes you see something like this. Yeah, not great, not great. And I don't know if the city of Stavropol takes effort to clean it up or they just decided to leave it as is, but it's not like it's everywhere, but unfortunately, yeah, even in the center of the city you see this occasionally. But yeah, lots and lots of pharmacies in Russia, like lots. And they open fairly late, some of them are 24 hours. This one is open from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Прошу вас. Yeah, this lady asked me if I was going in. I wasn't. So, well, this is Boulevard, Karl Marx Boulevard, and you can either walk here or on the other side or right in the middle, because it's a nice walking area with benches and very neatly cut green grass. But yeah, it's one of the central streets in Stavropol. Lots of traffic here, lots of buses, and yes, here we go. In Russia it's perfectly legal for scooters to be on the sidewalk, so do watch out. Some of them are very fast, and looks like they know what they're doing, but if a pedestrian makes a sudden move, oh boy, yeah, things can go sideways in a hurry. That's for sure. And here we have a gentleman who cleans trash cans, and trash cans are all over the place. They're not very large, but big enough for small pieces of garbage you might have. And right across the street there is a monument to the most famous Russian poet, Alexander Pushkin. His monuments are, I think, in just about every Russian city. He's very well beloved by the Russians. There he is, yep. His poetry is absolutely fantastic. He is considered to be the father of the modern Russian language. At least that's what I heard, because Russians used to speak slightly different language prior to Pushkin time, and all of his literature, his poetry, and he wrote some prose as well, is in exactly the same language which the Russians speak these days. Again, this is Karl Marx Boulevard in Stavropol, Russia. It's in the south, not too far from the Black Sea, but not too close either, but in that general area. And we walked for a few hundred meters. There is another pharmacy, and we just walked by one more pharmacy, which was actually 24 hours. It's open around the clock, save for a half an hour break around midnight. And yeah, there is our hotel right there in Tourist, and we're just waiting for the light to turn green so we can cross. And here we have traffic police. Earlier in the day there was an accident, a motorcycle was struck. I don't think it was serious, but we saw the motorcycle lying on the ground. And The police, traffic police, are now here to deal with that particular accident. And there is a motorcycle right now, is already standing up, but it was on the ground earlier today. So right now we're heading towards our hotel in Tourist. It's, I think, maybe 3 stars. It's not the most luxurious in the world, but yeah, it's nice and it's quiet. I really like that it's quiet, and it's very interesting because there it is in Tourist. Oh yeah, it does say 3 stars right there. Okay, you just walk right in. Nobody checks you. I mean, I guess they just figure out you stay here. But yeah, you walk right in and you go and... Здравствуйте. Just say hi to the receptionist and off you go. Occasionally I see a guard sitting here, but other than that, you go straight to your room. And yeah, looks like it's you know, fairly pleasant here. And again, very quiet again. Maybe it's October. Now that said, we are in Stavropol for 7 days. We tried to book a regular room and it was all sold out. So we had to get an upgraded room for a bit more money, but I mean, it wasn't terrible. I think we ended up paying, what is it, about 100, let me think. So it's about 8,000 rubles per night. 8,000 rubles, so about 80 euros. Yeah, it's about 80 euros per night. And if it were a regular room, not an upgraded room, which we got, probably would have been, definitely would have been less. So yeah, you just pretty much walk straight to your room, and not too many amenities here, but you do have an iron on board and an iron if you want to iron your clothes. And also there's a cooler here. It has both cold and hot water, and also there is a tea kettle in your room. So if you want to make tea, that's what you do. Just make tea. But other than that, you walk right in, go to your room, get in and enjoy your stay.